4 Fellowship heroes get trapped and killed in Osgiliath. The One Ring is eventually returned to Sauron, and somehow the game ends with Haldir reforging Aragorn's sword and fighting Sauron himself. This was one of the craziest games I've seen in Lord of the Rings Welcome to Middle-earth. For those unfamiliar with the map, Lord of the Rings Welcome to Middle-earth is an 8-player Warcraft III custom map where players control factions across Middle-earth in large-scale strategy battles with heroes, quests, and multiple paths to victory. If you want to play future games, follow development, or join the community, check out the Discord link in the description. Let's get into it. The game starts with Fellowship heading north immediately. The early plan is simple: complete Hobbit quests, find Aragorn, and start building momentum. But things go wrong very quickly. The Nazguls appear much earlier than expected, and they manage to kill Pippin almost immediately. That was a huge loss. Losing Pippin in this early suddenly makes everything much more dangerous. Meanwhile, in Rohan, Isengard starts heavy pressure almost immediately. Westfold comes under attack. Mordor starts supporting. Gondor brings in troops to help. And before long, there are battles happening all over the map. Meanwhile, in the north, another very important thing happens. The dwarves kill the dragon early and unlock mithril armor for their heroes. That turns out to be a massive defensive upgrade later. At the same time, ringwraiths begin aggressively hunting the Fellowship. Instead of spreading out, they gather together into a large strike force. As Fellowship, I remember seeing almost all of them together and thinking, yeah, we're probably not going that way. So the plan for crossing the Misty Mountain starts changing. First, the Northern Mountain Pass, then the Mines of Moria, and eventually the Gap of Rohan. Through adapting to the circumstances, the Fellowship manages to sneak through past Isengard into Rohan. Rohan is under increasing pressure. Mordor arrives, bases begin falling, the evil team keeps pushing. Then one of the coolest micro moments in the game happens. An eagle carrying a dwarf hero gets trapped in a net and goes down. The dwarf player quickly unloads the hero, brings in another eagle and rescues him at the last possible moment. Really nice play. And we arrive at one of the most important moments of the game: Fangorn Forest. The evil team has blocked all 3 entrances into Fangorn with Nazguls and supporting armies. Very smart play. Because the good team absolutely needs to activate the end timer. So a coordinated maneuver begins. Rohan attacks one entrance, Gondor attacks another, the Fellowship sneaks around. The original plan doesn't really work, but somehow it works anyway. Good breaks through into Fangorn, and the end timer gets activated. A huge moment. Since the end timer is now activated, the evil team has 15 minutes to stop it. If Helm's Deep falls during those 15 minutes, the end timer is stopped. But if Helm's Deep survives, then Isengard falls. Suddenly, the entire game changes. The clock starts ticking. Instead of committing fully to Helm's Deep, evil chooses a different approach. Edoras comes under heavy pressure. Grey Havens is hit by a surprising attack. Dunharrow starts coming under pressure as well. But while all of that is happening, Fellowship launches something much riskier: a secret ring mission. Sam secretly takes the ring and heads out while distractions happen elsewhere. And for a while, it actually works. Sam sneaks through escape tunnels, moves through challenging terrain, finds Gollum, and starts moving deeper into enemy territory. Watching the replay afterwards, I realized something I completely missed while playing. The ringwraiths came incredibly close, only seconds away. A few moments later, Fellowship and allied forces launch an assault at Cirith Ungol near Minas Morgul. The idea was to create pressure and to open a route into Mordor. And a major battle breaks out, but the attack gets stopped, and Good is eventually forced to retreat. Then the 15-minute end timer runs out. Ents appear in Isengard and start tearing the base apart. Ents outside Helm's Deep move towards Dunharrow and helps clear remaining evil forces. Isengard falls, and the game enters the next phase. Aragorn activates the Oathbreakers, who arrive outside Minas Tirith. They attack south, clearing evil bases in Umbar and Harad. Armies begin gathering. Everyone starts preparing for what increasingly feels like the final war. Meanwhile, Fellowship starts moving north to join Elven and Dwarven armies for another attempt. Then disaster happens. The Elven army gets ambushed by evil cavalry and trolls and is almost completely destroyed. Only the Dwarven army remains. At this point, Fellowship decides to commit. One final push into Mordor through the northeast entrance. They cross the bridge, start moving in, and then evil closes the trap. Armies arrive from the west. Suddenly, Fellowship and dwarves are locked in. They try to force their way through. They can't. Everything collapses. The armies go down, the ring is lost, and Sauron returns. Sauron picks up the Balrog and heads towards Harad to stop the remaining good forces. At this point, almost everything looks over for the good team. Most major heroes are dead, most armies are gone, but one hero survives, Haldir, the last surviving sword hero on the good side. Haldir runs all the way back to Rivendell, reforges Aragorn's lost sword, Anduril, then runs south again, and Sauron appears. And somehow, Haldir kills Sauron, and the evil team calls GG. This was one of those games where there was action almost everywhere. Huge Rohan battles, Nazgul hunting, Fangorn breakthroughs, secret ring missions, massive traps, hero deaths, multiple comebacks. And a final ending that honestly felt like something straight out of the Lord of the Rings itself. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe, and if you want to play future games or follow development, check out the Discord link in the description. I will see you in Middle-earth.